Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while. Um, I said I was gonna make this video when I was a year off to to go over everything, but I don't know. I couldn't do it for some reason. Either struggling with the symptoms or something. But I'm 14 months off now, so I'm 2 months past when I wanted to make this, and I keep telling myself every weekend I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm finally getting to it. So I'm going to update on all my symptoms, where I'm at, where I've been, all that kind of stuff. So to go back for people that are watching the first time, I started benzos in 6 or 7 years ago. I was taking Xanax intermittently because I drank a lot, and when I stopped drinking, I was getting anxiety. So I took it on and off for a year. I got interdose withdrawals, which means I was getting bad panic attacks in between my doses during the day. Didn't know what was going on, thought I was crazy. Found out it was the benzos, so I got on Valium, stabilized, and I tapered off over like 2 or 3 years. Was clean for like a month. I reinstated 2 milligrams of Valium for like a year, and then I cold turkeyed that, and that wasn't too bad. But then I was clean for 2 years, but I was drinking. I didn't know you weren't supposed to drink. And then somehow I guess I got a bad panic attack after 2 years of drinking, and I mean, throughout that time, I mean, I kind of knew something was off. I wasn't feeling good, really foggy headed, had like fear stuff. Anyways, had a panic attack, took Valium again for 2 weeks, which was 10 milligrams, and I cold turkeyed that 10 milligrams for 2 weeks. And that was 14 months ago. And since then, it's been a living hell pretty much. The symptoms have been indescribable at moments, from feelings of extreme fear, paranoia, intrusive thoughts, extreme nerve pain, visual disturbances, slurring speech, cognitive issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. The horrible panic attacks. I racked up probably 10K in emergency visits, just going to the ER thinking I was dying. And I mean, nobody knew what was wrong. None of the doctors knew what was wrong. My primary didn't know. I went to naturopaths, blah, 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 all that stuff. Nobody could figure it out. And obviously, I mean, just talking to the groups online and stuff, I was able to figure out that it was obviously just the benzos that was doing all this stuff to me. So I stopped all the benzos, obviously, whatever. No more drinking. Tried to clean up my diet, stuff like that. But either way, I mean, the symptoms have been insane. I've had feelings of feeling like I was floating off the earth. Like I was scared to go outside because I thought I was going to like float away. I've had feelings of these crazy intrusive thoughts of death and the afterlife, and like how we all exist, and like how we're all just like molecules of nothing like combined, and our lives are kind of meaningless in a way because we're just going to die anyways. And how it was like this racing feeling. I felt like I was racing towards death, and it was imminent, like it's just going to happen, like the world could just end at any second. Like we were just living on this thin wire of chance that we were even lucky to be alive. And like it was a constant like fearful thought that was just running through my head all the time. And that was coupled with extreme nerve pain all over my body. It felt like acid or like shards of glass were just like scraping my bones like constantly, getting these jolts of like, I think it was adrenaline or cortisol or whatever, but I would just be like, just feel this like tense feeling, and like, or I just need to like jump and move. And I had like bright sprites and like floaters. I would see like purple and like lights in my vision. My eyes would go blurry. I would hear auditory hallucinations where I would like think I was hearing my name. What else? The light sensitivity. I put blankets over all my windows because I was scared of the light coming into my room from outside. It was terrifying to me because the light made me feel like I was like floating in space or something, and I don't know, it really bothered me. Even sounds seemed like distant, and things that just happened felt like they happened weeks ago. It was really weird. Like I would be driving to like pick up my kids or something, and I felt like while I was driving, like I just picked them up, but it felt like it happened like weeks ago. And like it was just really strange, and the memory issues were horrible. I kept forgetting things, and there was anger, there's depression, there's this numbness, this distant feeling where like I would look at my daughter and I felt nothing. There was no love, there was nothing. So that was a lot of the beginning stuff. A lot of that has begun to ease up. I mean, I feel love and compassion and all that stuff again. The jolts and stuff are gotten a little better. I still feel the nerve pain. It kind of comes and goes. Uh, so I got asked earlier today or yesterday when my turning point was for my symptoms. And my turning point was, I would say, about a year off, is when I started to notice that things were easing up a little bit. And I felt almost hopeful in a way that, okay, I can maybe get through this. Like, it's going to get better. That's not to say that that was it. That's not when I got better. Because even after that point, I would get these horrible waves where it's like, oh shit, I'm going to die. Or I should just kill myself. Like, this is it. Like, it's pointless. Why am I even living? So it kind of waxes and wanes a bit to where I get like a little bit of maybe a day or so where I'm like, oh, maybe I could do this. And then like the last week or two, I've just felt horrible. Constant anxiety, panic, I can't sleep, I get the nerve pain and the jolts again. And this is at 14 months off that I'm still getting this stuff. So I've had horrible digestive pain. It's felt like glass or like burning glass has just been stuck in my intestines, and it's like this weight is just always there. And I'm scared to eat, honestly, at times. So it's really rough. And I feel for all of you that have to experience it. I really do. What else was I going to talk about? That's the other thing. I mean, cognitively, I've had quite a few struggles, especially with memory and focus. I forget what I'm talking about a lot. I stutter with words. I used to be very quick and sharp, and a lot of that I struggle with now. Finding words is still a struggle. I struggle with focus. Like, I'll be doing something and I kind of just space out. Like, I'll just start staring and I like start thinking about stuff and I totally space out. I used to not have that issue. I used to be very focused. So I don't know. I'm hoping by 2 years, a lot of this will be in the past. And it took me so long to make this video just because for the past couple months I've really been struggling. I've felt numb and kind of just dead inside, and really all I've wanted to do was just kind of like play video games is the only thing that helps me distract from my symptoms, really. But I'm still working. I mean, I've been working since I was 3 months off, and that's really only out of necessity, because I have a daughter and I had to put a roof over her head. So I mean, it was either that or die, really, for me. I had no other options. It was really, really rough. I mean, I don't think anybody should have to work that soon off. And I mean, I'm kind of lucky in that my job is pretty solitary. I kind of just keep to myself and I just work on a computer, so I'm sitting down. But I don't know. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do, really. And today, I don't know what happened, but today I've had like this weird window in a way that like all the fear and anxiety and stuff that I've been having the past couple weeks kind of lifted, and I've been able to think clearly. And I almost feel like I don't want to say normal, but because I still have like this nerve pain and a little bit of this ringing kind of screaming thing in my brain that I always have. But it's a lot of that is kind of lightened up on me a little bit, so today's not too bad of a day. Yesterday really sucked though. I'm still struggling with the diet and stuff. I just went gluten-free or whatever. But for a while I kept eating bread and stuff because I felt like it helped my anxiety and it would help me sleep. That's one thing people ask me a lot, is how I cope with the sleep loss and like what helps with sleep, either symptoms or whatever. I wish I had a better answer. I really don't. I would eat a lot sometimes to help me sleep. I've used niacin to help with the anxiety and the nerve pain, but I feel like it doesn't help as much anymore. I mean, there's a few things you can try. A lot of people don't recommend supplements when you're going through this because they think it'll just exacerbate your symptoms. I think that people should just try and see what works for them. If you feel like something gives you a bad reaction, then maybe make a note of that so you don't forget, and then just don't take it again for maybe 6 months to a year. So that's kind of what I've done. I've experimented a lot. I've probably caused myself more pain and suffering than I needed or that I should have went through because I've tried those things. But I mean, when you're desperate, I mean, what are you gonna do? You want something to alleviate some of the symptoms. So that's what I did. If you want to just keep it clean and not take anything, that I'm sure that's probably a better route. But people ask me, so as far as tapering and stuff, I made that the last video to try to help with that. And you have to save a copy of that to your smart sheet, or your not smart sheet, but your Google Docs or whatever, and then you can edit it. Because I had people asking me for access to edit it, but you can't have it. You have to save it to yourself. What else was I gonna go over? I don't know. I'm at the gym right now, sitting out front. It's New Year's Day. So, I mean, I've been going to the gym intermittently anyway, so it's not like a New Year's resolution or anything. I'm just feeling a little better today, so I wanted to try to get to the gym to see if it is helpful. I've noticed in the past it kind of helps with some of my depression. That's why I like to go. I've been prone to depression for most of my life, but the benzos have made that a lot worse, and it's really hard to struggle with. So when I work out, I feel a little better. I try to hit like the sauna and do some weights and stuff, so you can always try that. Maybe start walking or jogging and stuff. You got to get the blood moving and your heart pumping. It'll help quite a bit and release those endorphins, which will help with depression. What else? I try to still respond to all the comments and stuff on the videos, and if somebody needs some help or guidance, I try to help when I can. But really, the past couple months, I've been struggling quite a bit. I haven't been responding as much as I'd like to, but I still try to if somebody really needs to. I mean, I don't know how great of help I am. I mean, I'm still struggling with this, but the biggest thing I feel like I can share, and the biggest thing I feel like would be helpful for others to learn from me, would be that it does start to get better. If you look at my videos, I mean, you can see where I've been and where I'm at now, and just know that, I mean, it does improve. And the biggest thing that helped me through it was looking at where I've been and where I'm at now. So like last week, I've been struggling with the symptoms, but then I thought about, like, you know, where was I at a year ago? So obviously, I mean, my body's getting better. It's taking a long time, unfortunately, but I am making progress, and I try to remember that. It's really hard when you're in a wave, but what else can you do? You gotta friggin' white knuckle and grit through that shit. Do what you can. I wish none of us had to go through this. I really do. It sucks. I'm trying to think if I forgot about anything. I always make these videos and then I forget, like, what I actually wanted to talk about. I really wanted to go over my symptoms and talk about the improvement. I still have the nerve pain right now. I can feel it in my bones. It's not as bad as it used to be. I've had the horrible digestive pain. I get like these shooting nerve, like electrical feelings. I usually get it in my left hand. I also get these fasciculations, or like, it feels like muscle kind of twitches on the bottoms of my feet, and it's like a constant, like a buzzing. But that's eased up a little bit. Yeah. I think I've gone over quite a few of my symptoms. The light sensitivity, I think I talked about that, because somebody asked me about it. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I try to watch my diet, but I'm just going to do the gluten-free thing for now, so we'll see. I don't know. I think that's it, guys. I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope you're hanging in there. Don't drink alcohol for a very, very, very long time. That's what screwed me. Yeah, I don't know when my next video is going to be, but maybe at 16 months, a year and a half, or wait, 18 months. Maybe sooner. We'll see. I don't know. Depends on how many comments and stuff I get. If you guys want to see more videos or whatever, just let me know. I mean, I don't think I need to make them every month or anything anymore. I think every few months should be sufficient. But yeah, if you guys, if you like the videos, I think it helps share it to other people too. I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, I think I'm going to go into the gym now. Try to work out a little bit. I'll talk to you guys soon. And hang in there. Thanks, guys.